You guys, it's Tommy here from Saleslucky.com, and today we're going to talk about a topic for people starting in new sales jobs, and it's the concept of how the first deal is the hardest, and it really is true. You know, when you start a new sales job, when you're working to ramp up and bring on your first deal, that's when it's hardest, especially when you don't have a whole lot of sales experience. And the reason why it comes down to one, obviously experience and also belief. You know, when you haven't done something and you're learning how to do it and you're figuring it out, see, your belief is at the lowest because you haven't done it yet. Okay, this is especially true if you haven't um, had a whole lot of sales experience, had a whole lot of closing experience. So your belief is not high. But once you get that first deal, your belief grows. You know, you've done it before. You know what it feels like. And then you do it again and again and again, and your belief just keeps getting better and better and stronger and stronger. So, you know, here is though, this is actually a good thing. Why is that? It's because when in the beginning, when you're learning and you're working to knock down your first deal, you're learning all the different aspects of the job. You're learning about the product. You're learning about the prospects. You're learning about your particular niche. You're learning about what resonates, the pain points that you're solving, different features of your product. All these things. You're learning about your colleagues. You're learning about the industry. And you're learning all these things to gain the knowledge and experience to be better at your job. So that's why in the beginning it's going to be typically the hardest, okay? So here are 3 tips for you when starting out a new sales job, all right? Number 1 is going to be model the top performers. As Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. You know, the most successful people are successful because they're doing something that most people aren't, okay? And instead of choosing to call it lucky, let's understand that top reps are performing because they're doing something that most reps are not. So study the top reps, model what's already working in your space. And that's number 1 when you start a new job. Number 2, there's no way around it. You know, put in the extra hours. There are no shortcuts, and if you want to be successful, you have to put in the hours, especially in the beginning with a new sales job when you're ramping up and you're learning all those things that I mentioned a moment ago. You really got to put in the hours and it's learning the product, learning about the industry, learning about your prospects, who they are, what they care about, what the pain points are, understanding all that. And what's helpful in the beginning is to use your hours outside of work, outside of the regular 9 to 5 hours, to learn about the space. You know, brush upon their sales skills, read sales books, read personal development and business books. They're going to help you become a better salesperson, become more effective overall, okay? So you got to put in the extra hours. And number 3, the next thing I would say is to understand the concepts and deliver them authentically. And the reason why this is important is because I think for a lot of people, you know, a lot of people haven't learned how to learn. And it's not just regurgitating facts. It's not just regurgitating, memorized stuff. And that's why when you see situations of people memorizing lines and not working, because what one person says in a certain situation might not translate directly to another person. I'm sure we've all been in a situation where we've tried to be like someone else only to have that backfire because, we're totally different people. So I think the quote by Bruce Lee really sums it up real well. Take what is useful, discard what is not, and add uniquely what is your own, okay? So take what is useful from what you're learning, discard what isn't, and add uniquely what is your own. In other words, understand the fundamental concepts of what you're learning and take in what works, what works for you, and deliver that in an authentic way. Deliver that in however you would say it. So as you're learning, understand what's going on, why top reps are doing what they're doing, and understand the underlying fundamental principles and the concepts that underlie whatever tactics the top rep is doing, and then do that yourself in your own way, in a way that's true to you. Okay, so I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, and you're looking for more nuggets, looking for more insights like this, I actually created a 6-week course called the B2B Sales Playbook. It's in the link below. Check that out and click on that. And it covers everything from mindset to prospecting to closing the deal for B2B sales. And so go ahead, check that out. I'm sure you'll love it as well. And see you guys soon.